The script is in. The majority of masses think that, oh, Ancelotti gotta go up against his former team. He's gonna go up against Milan. Oh, very little do people know that Hakan Calinhoglu, the Turkish footballer for Inter Milan, is gonna get revenge against AC Milan in the semifinals. The very first year he left Milan, Milan won the Scudetto. He misses out on Scudetto. Calhanoglu gets revenge against AC Milan to eliminate them in the semifinals. Calhanoglu gets a runner-up medal. Number 20, we see the next Derby della Madonnina in the Champions League 20 years after 2003 in 2023. This time, it's Inter that are going to win. But it is Man City that are going to win the final 106 weeks after they lost at Porto in 2021. In Gematria, of course, it is Porto, that's Gematria 30. It is Inter that has Gematria 30. It is Erling Haaland that's going to help Man City win the final 106 weeks after they lost the final over at Portugal. 106 weeks. It is Portugal, that's Gematria 110. It is Internazionale that also has Gematria 110. So Internazionale Milan 212. That's 2 years, 12 days later. Internazionale FC Internazionale Milano is Gematria of Portugal, where Man City last lost the final. So 106 weeks later, Erling Haaland is going to help Man City win the final. For Pep Guardiola, it's going to be personal revenge against Inter. Inter defeated Barcelona in the semifinals of 2010. Hakan Calinhoglu plays in the final of his home country. He makes it to Turkey. Born to Turkish parents in Germany, Calhanoglu did play for Leverkusen. It's a former Leverkusen player. Not Timo Werner. He's Leipzig. It's the midfielder. Havertz. You call him Havertz. Yeah, he scored in that final. Anyway, Calhanoglu misses out on the Scudetto. He gets his personal revenge. He plays. He's going to play at the final of his country of origin. That's what's going to happen right here. In Gematria, it is Hakan that has Gematria 17. He's going to lose the final because it's going to be the 17th time an Italian team loses the final. The last Italian appearance in a final was in 2017. So the 17th loss in the Champions League final with the Turkish footballer Hakan Calinhoglu. Hakan is Gematria 17. He's born on February 8th, 2-8. The amount of time from his birthday to the final is going to hold some significance. 4 months, 2 days later, Man City, they allowed to go in the 42nd minute of the last final they appeared in. So this was 2021. List of Champions League finals. It is Inter that are going to be 3-3 in the final. Juventus FC was the last Italian appearance in the Champions League final. Juventus FC 33. Argentina went 3-3 in the final. They were the Sky Blues. Man City, wearing the Sky Blues, are going to win the next final. So that's something to note. Hakan is Gematria 35. It's also Chelsea FC that has Gematria 35. So overall, we're seeing how scripted this is to see the Turkish Calhanoglu play in the UEFA Champions League final. So this is what Inter is going to do right here for this season. They're going to play in the UEFA Champions League final. Notice that this would be Serie A's 29th appearance in the Champions League final. Inter are playing to win the final for the first time since it defeated Bayrern back in 2010. Bayern's Gematria 29. Juve will be the next Italian winner. Juve's Gematria 13. it'd be the 13th winner of the Champions League. Juventus are definitely the next team to win. All Italian teams are going to blow it. They avoided Bayern. They avoided Real Madrid. They avoided Chelsea, who battered Milan. They avoided Man City. This is what's going to happen right here. Calhanoglu is going to lose the final. He's born 23 years. The last derby de Madonnina in the Champions League was in the 2003 when it happened, and that's why he's number 20, because 20 years later we see the next derby de Madonnina in the UEFA Champions League final. Inter win 3 of 6 finals by losing. Real was the last winner. Real is too much of 18. Pep Guardiola goes up against a 19-time Scudetto winner. And we can see how many trophies Inter has won for the club in the history. Inzaghi came over to Inter from Lazio. It is Lazio. That's Giamaccio 63, 6 finals, 3 wins. Kind of like June the 3rd of 2017, the last time we saw an Italian team appear in the final. So anyway, going on to the amount of trophies of Inter Milan. Let's see. $35. They have 44 trophies in total. Their next trophy will be in the final. They're going for their 45th trophy, but they're gonna fail against Pep Guardiola. And let's go check this spreadsheet right here. The drive, knockout statistics. Let's see the knockout. UEFA Champions League knockout. A knockout. The Champions League knockout history. See here. Let's go to Manchester City with Pep Guardiola going all the way to 2017 when it lost to Kylian Mbappe in Monaco. So Pep is going down is 1 and 2. He's 2 and 3. He's 3 and 4. He is 6 and 5. 8 and 6. 9 and 7. Pep Guardiola, his 13th knockout victory is going to occur against Inter in the finals. 13th knockout victory with Manchester City. Of course, the last time a Manchester team won the final was Man U. Man U, Giamaccio 13. This, of course, was 2008. 15 years later, 2023, England win the final again. Telecom Italia. Tim is Giamaccio of 15. Manchester United, this will be the 4th time a Manchester club wins the derby, wins the Champions League final. It is the year of the rabbit, the number 4 Chinese zodiac position. Inter, the last final loss was in the Europa League final against Sevilla. Sevilla FC is Giamaccio of Hakan. For English clubs, it's going to be their 26th final appearance at Istanbul. Istanbul 26, Man City occurring for the first time since they lost to Chelsea. Chelsea, Giamaccio 26. That's the interpretation with Chelsea right there. For England, the 15th time it wins. Telecom Italia, Giamaccio 15. Malati used to be the former owner. Erling Haaland to win the UEFA Champions League final. AC Milan have 66 losses. Their next loss in the Champions League is going to happen against Inter. It is Inter that is Jumanji 66. They're at 66 losses all time in the UEFA Champions League right now. So in Europe this year, AC Milan have 5 wins and 3 draws. AC Milan is to match at 53. AC Milan, they can get a draw. AC Milan have 5 wins and 2 draws in the 5 wins and 2 losses. It is Inter Milan, that's Gematria of 52. AC Milan, 5 wins, 3 losses, because AC Milan's Gematria 53, they lose to Inter. And Hakan Calinhoglu, he is a 15-6 life path numerology. 15 years later is when a Manchester club will win the Champions League again. So Hakan Calinhoglu is going to knock out AC Milan from the Champions League. Ultimate villain move right there for Calhanoglu to knock off his former club. He will probably score his 100th goal in the semifinals to make it to Turkey. Turkey is Jumanji 28. He's born on February the 8th, 2008. All-time meetings, the UEFA Champions League 4 matches. It's 2 AC Milan wins, 0 Inter wins. We will see Inter win for the first time in UEFA Champions League competition. It is Inter that are going to score first. 2 goals for Inter, 6 for Milan. Inter are going to score first. Istanbul is Gematria of 26. Inter are definitely going to be the first team to be up front. And don't be surprised if Inter have 3 goals by scoring twice. They win 2-1 on aggregate, 3-7 like Pep having Gematria 37. And the fact that 2-1 on aggregate would represent City having Gematria 21. So Calhanoglu is going to be his ultimate moment of revenge after missing out on the Scudetto. The Ancelotti Real Madrid against Milan is a PSYOP operation. Calhanoglu, born to parents from Turkey, born in Germany. Inter last won their Champions League title against a German team. And Calhanoglu wore number 17 with this Turkish national team. And that's a good sign that the 17th Italian team to lose the Champions League final is going to happen right here. Definitely will happen. He signed for Milan for an initial 20 million fee. Joined Inter in year 2021. City is Gematria of 21. So he scored 17 goals with Turkey so far. So lots of 17. I see it ties in the 17th loss in the Serie A. June 22nd of 2021, he signed with Inter. 24 months later, Juventus, last team in the final for a Serie A, Russia, last Manchester title, over at Moscow. Some very good, valid reasons right there. How about May the 29th to the 22nd day, the day that Calhanoglu signed, right after Man City lost their final in May 29th of 2021 to June the 22nd, which 622 adds up to 28th, the Gematria of Turkey. So that's a time span of 24 days, 3 weeks and 3 days later, about to be 3-3 in the final Inter.